theory behind this. Let me explain what we're doing. Z reference is the face of the spindle, right? So when I look at my Z offset, I would expect the face of the spindle to the tip of the tool to be able to measure with a tape measure about what I've got, right? Your tool length is from the face of this turret to the tip of the tool. So in theory, if there was no chuck, there was no tool, you took the face of this turret and touched it to the face of the spindle, everything would be zero. Okay? What that means is you don't have a tool that's a reference tool. It's not like you say, hey, I'm always going to face off with this tool. It doesn't matter what tool you have you face off with, but the tool compensation has to be active. If it's not active, you're referencing off the face of the turret, not the tip of the tool, but you're facing with the tip of the tool. This is about 1.25 inches away from the face of the turret. So your Z offset would be off about 1.25 inches. So what we need to do, this is how you're going to set all of your zeros.
Before, I'm sorry, I know it's old machines for moving completely Z, you know, for all. What is it normal, negative Z and plus Z? Or for geometry, for the same thing for geometry, or no? Because this machine, you know, if you touch off here, or it doesn't matter. If you're going to move here, just for the touch off, this one Z is plus, but this one is the same with geometry, right?
Looking for the usually they have a sticker that shows what directions are, but I'm not seeing it. But it doesn't matter. I'll show you what they are. Z is always positive away from the spindle, right? Z positive, right? Tools. This face of this turret right here is Z0. So if I'm on this spindle and the tools are on that side of the spindle, they're going to be positive. If I'm on this spindle and the tools are on this side of the spindle, they're going to be positive. So all the tools that you touched off already, right? I would expect to go down here and see positive Z. Positive Z, positive Z, positive Z's, right? Every single offset that you put in has been a positive number. The only time that you're going to have a negative number is, like say you had a groove tool that was sitting over here, that's on that side of this surface, and it's for this spindle, that would be a negative Z. But almost always your Z's are going to be positive numbers. So you should be able to just glance at your offset and know, if I've got a negative number, that means I was on spindle 2 when I touched off and I meant to be on spindle 1.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. So for the Z0s, we're going to do it a lot like what our tool touch off does. Make sure you get into a position where you can move it, right? We're going to call up a tool. So I'm going to go to MDI. I'm going to say G0, X4, whatever, T010101. Save is your touch off, tool touch off, right? All right. Now things are changing a little bit. I'm going to turn on the spindle. If I went to manual right now, remember how when you went to manual you got that alarm that said, hey, you're not at the turning Y-axis? If I go to manual, right there is my tool compensation that's active. It would be 0. I wouldn't have my tool compensation active. If I go and face off like that, I'm going to be 1.25 inches off. I want that to stay there, right? That T0101, you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want that to stay active. So So I'm going to stay in MDI this whole time. When I'm setting as part 0, I'm going to stay in MDI the whole time. Type in my S1000 maybe. M3, I believe it's M3. All right. Now I need to face that off. Like I said, I can't go to manual. There's a button over here called mid-auto manual. When I push that, it gives me that alarm that I'm used to. Y-axis is not in the turning position, but look at this. My tool is still active, and I'm still in MDI. That's the important part of this. Now I can go ahead and face it off. This is going to be a problem. That's a problem.
Don't face it completely, just touch off.
Yeah, we'll see which one we're touching off. The one tool is not too long. Yeah, we're good. Alright. So now I'm going to go over here to spindle 1. 0 edit on off. That allows me to do stuff over here. Just highlight it and say cal. Enter. I've got a Z0. Calibrate. Store that position, right? And as soon as I said cal, I could go cal 0, enter, to do the same thing. If I want to face off 30 thou, I can say cal 0.03. You see where it says my Z is? I'm 30 thou away. Cal, enter, I'm at 0. This is, to me, the most important part of this. I want to make sure that this tool was active, right? Yeah. I just zeroed that. The most important part of this to me is, after I do that, hit reset. Watch that Z0 when I hit reset. It changed. If it didn't change, you're about to crash. Right. What it changed to is that 1.3661. If I go over to my tool, 1.3661. My tool length. Does that make sense?
Yes, because you're actually to the face of the
I'm to the
turret.
tip of I'm measuring off the tip of the tool, not the face of the turret.
Yeah. Okay, now we have Z0.
Yes. X0 is always 0. Yeah.
If I need move in 10,000 in, how I can put 10,000 in?
Add.
Okay.
Minus 0.01.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Add 0.01. I was on the tool page. It's this one right here, your position. Remember, this one is for running your program and setting up. This is for running your program, setting up your first spindle, setting up your second spindle. So if you need to shift to 10 thou, this is not going to be active until you hit the button. You say add minus 0.01. Yep.
It is what I asked for touch of how
Okay. All right, so we need more tools in here.